guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jasmine McDonald, and if you're new here, I post ballet and fitness related videos every single Tuesday, Thursday, now Sunday. And if you're also new, you may as well hit subscribe. In today's quick short video, I wanted to share with you guys a couple of exercises that have helped me personally get my side tilts a lot stronger and a lot more consistent. So let's go ahead and get started. For the equipment today, you will just need one foam roller as well as 2 yoga blocks. So let's go ahead and get started with our elbows back. We're gonna roll out our hips a little bit. So let's bring our knee up and around for 10, 9, starting with the right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's reverse, keeping the other hip down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keeping that hip down, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure you have space, and we do the same thing with our knee extended for 5, 4, I don't have space, 3, 2, 1, and let's reverse for 5, creating the biggest circle you can, 4, warming up those hips, 3, 2, last one, 1, and same thing with the left knee. We do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, this is just the warm up, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing with the knee extended. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Go ahead, swing your legs back and take your blocks in front of you. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. Let's start with our left leg in front in a triangle, right leg behind. Think of lifting your tailbone up to the sky just to stretch out the hamstring. We're gonna bend and stretch our front knee for 5, keeping our belly button close to our front knee, 4, 3, lengthening the spine, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take your yoga blocks and take them on the inside of your left foot. Pivot your right toe out slightly and take your right hand up. Option to also put your hand on the floor to get closer to your inner thigh. Beautiful. Take both hands back, pivot your toes forward. And we do the same thing. Slightly pivot your back toes, take the hand on the inside edge, and lift the right hand to the sky. And go ahead, tuck your back toes under still, and take a big step back into a low lunge. Think of bringing your belly button towards your spine and closing it towards your sternum so you can tuck your pelvis under, keeping the back knee nice and stretched. And then same thing here, take your left hand on the inside of your left foot. You can pivot your right toe open and lift your right hand, opening up that left inner thigh. Still part of the warm up. Good, bring it back down. Think of tucking the pelvis once again. And last time, take the left hand on the inside edge and right hand up. Keep lowering those hips. Beautiful, take both hands down. Pivot your hips forwards once again into your low lunge. Put your knee down and just rock back and forth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Go ahead, stack your shoulders back on your hips and pivot your shoulders so that your left leg is straight out to the side, right knee is underneath your right shoulder. We're gonna bend into that left knee, into a lateral lunge. You can take your blocks in front of you. If this is in any way painful on your knee, go ahead, put a block underneath or stack up the mat a little bit. Beautiful. From here, tuck both toes under and lift your hips up to a forward fold. Stay in your forward fold here. And just bend and stretch for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and roll up. Awesome. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Just make sure we're nice and warm. Take your right leg forward in a triangle, left leg back. And same thing, take your right hand on the inside edge, slightly pivot your left toe out, lift the left hand up. Try to get closer to that right leg. Good, and put both hands down again. And we do that one more time. Pivot your toes open, left hand lifts up. Beautiful, windmill your arms forward. Flipping your hips nice and square, keep your toes tucked, bend into your front knee. And then same thing here, we're gonna take our right hand on the inside edge, left hand up. And put it back down nice and square. Thinking of lifting your belly button to your sternum, lowering the hips, keeping the knees straight. And again, opening your left hand to the sky. And put it down. Good, go ahead, untuck the toes, place the knee down and just rock forward and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, stack your shoulders on your hips, pivot your shoulders and hips to face your left. Take your right toe to the side into your lateral lunge and bend into your right knee. Stacking your shoulders on top of your hips. Make sure you're thinking belly button to spine, relax that rib cage, and deepen the stretch. Beautiful, tuck both toes under, lift the hips up into a forward fold. And then go ahead, point your toes open into a grand plie stretch. Now your hips should feel nice and warm and ready to get started. So we're gonna be starting on all fours with our right knee on the block. So we're going to place our right knee on the block. We're going to place our right elbow down, and we're going to use the other block underneath our left hand, so that when I do these fire hydrants, option to add some ankle weights as well, I can open up my hips and open up my shoulders. But we're gonna start nice and square. It's okay if that elbow lifts up, obviously, because it's on the block. And we're gonna start by initiating the leg first. And then you're gonna push it open more and use the block to stack the shoulders, stack the hips. We do that for 10 and bring it back down, nice and slow. Good, and same thing, initiate with the leg first, engage the glute, lock it, and we do 9, push it open more, and down. And we do 8, and push it open, and down. And we do 7, lock it, push it open, and down. And we do 6, push it open, and down. And we do 5, lock it, push it open, and down. Try to really stack those hips on top of one another. We do 4, push it open, and down. We do 3, and open, and down. Keep that bottom toe untucked. 2, Push it open. And down, nice lengthened spine. Last one, 1. Push it open, stay with me. Extend your knee for 5. And keep the knee lifted. We do 4. And we do 3. And stay with me, 2. Last one, 1. Beautiful, tuck your bottom toes under. Take both hands on the floor for a second and lift that right knee off the block. Keep your left toes to the side for a moment. We're gonna draw a kind of circle. We're gonna take our left toes towards our front corner. Both hands and both shoulders are square as if we're going to a front lunge. We're gonna take a big circle. You can use the block here too to try to stack the hips. And think of slightly tucking under. A lot of the time people stick their butt out and arch their back. Good, and now we're gonna square it off into a 3-legged dog and bring it down. Both feet flat. And we do the same thing, bring it back. You can also put your right elbow down here if you're feeling nice and stable, stacking the shoulders, and put the foot forward and down. And again, lift the foot, stacking it, square it off, pushing to your 3-legged dog. I didn't say this was easy. And put it down, last one. Lifting it back, squeezing the glute to open up that hip. Flipping the hips towards the front. And now you can go ahead and take a step forward with the left leg into a low lunge. Stretch it out. Point your left toes towards the corner and place your elbows down on the floor to stretch it out. Beautiful. From here, pivot your toes to the front. Here's where our foam roller is going to be used. So go ahead and put the foam roller underneath your shin. You're gonna roll forward so it's closer to your ankle. You're gonna keep your hips nice and low, and the blocks are gonna be really handy here. Good, staying here, you're gonna roll back, but do not roll on top of your knee, and bring it back in. And again, bring it back. Bring it back in, keeping the hips low. We do 2. Bring it back in, option to slide into a split here with the roller or not with the roller. Good, and wherever you are in your split, go ahead and take your hands on the inside of your left leg. So not squaring it off so much. Take your belly button to the floor. You're just gonna roll forward and back. And again, forward and back. Awesome. Go ahead, come out of it. Give yourself a hug or take a butterfly with your feet on the block. Now I know that was intense and that was a lot. We're gonna do the same thing on the second side. Starting with our left knee on the block this time. Left elbow on the floor, right hand on the block. So let's go ahead and get started. We lift the knee for 10. Stacking it, and down. And 9. Stacking it, and down. And we have 8. Stacking it, and down. We have 7. Stacking it, and down. We have 6. Opening, and down. We have 5. Stacking it, and down, almost there. 4. Stacking it, and down, almost there. 3. And up. And down, last one. I lied, 2, I can't count today. 2. And down, now last one. I know it's a lot, 1. And we're gonna extend and bend for 5. 4, almost there, keep the knee lifted. 3. 2. And last one. Go ahead, take the toe to the floor, tuck your left toes under, lift your hips, Again, option to put that left elbow down or use the block to open up the shoulders, whatever's more comfortable to you. Go ahead, lift that leg, do that little side tilt, flip the hips to be nice and square, and lower down into a down dog. Again, lift that right leg, keep opening it, lifting it up, and down. Again, lift it, flip it, and down. Last one, lift it, flip it, creating a big circle, and now take a step forward, and your right leg, low lunge, blocks in front of you, and the foam roller behind you, and just stretch it out. Be sure that the roller is not on your knee, so go ahead and make sure it's closer to your foot. And we're gonna roll back, lowering the hips, and in. And again, back. And in. And again, back. You can go fully into a split, or just hold this stretch. And wherever you are, you can take a split off the roller or on the roller. And then same thing, take your hands on the inside and just roll side to side. Beautiful. Go ahead and gently come out of it. I know it's very awkward to come out of. And then let's take one heel on the knee, one knee on our heel, stretching out our glutes a little bit. And then let's switch sides, same thing. Heel on the knee on the heel. And for the very last stretch today, we're gonna take a straddle. And ideally in a side tilt, your legs are rotated when you're in your side tilt, and it's almost as if you're doing a straddle, pancakes, with your body a little bit raised to one side. So, like I mentioned, we will be taking our straddle. Make sure that both sit bones are rooted into the floor and both toes and knees are facing the ceiling. So, go ahead, take your straddle, belly button to the floor, with your toes facing the ceiling, knees facing the ceiling. Try to pancake your belly to the floor. This is your tilt position. Now the only difference is, obviously, you'll be standing on one leg, one foot's pointed, but your body's gonna be a little bit more towards that leg that's on top. So let's go ahead, reach your arms towards one corner, same thing, belly button flat on the floor, knees lifted. You can even grab that other foot. Beautiful, let's switch to the other side, belly button on the floor. And then come back in the center.